It's definitely not 5:20 in the morning, and I'm excited about the EM drive. Yeah, I definitely remember this from what actually happened. Totally classic, just chip design right there. Oh fuck you. And now we're playing. So the EM drive, I'm super excited about it. It's a way of using electromagnetic radiation to propel a spacecraft. And it's got some flack because it seems like it defies the laws of physics. There's no propulsion, but there's still propulsion. There's no actual gases being expelled or anything. The way it's supposed to work is it uses radioactive pressure. It's basically just the way a sail works. Get over here. Much in the way that that guy's ship didn't. It builds up a high pressure area, and then it tries to move towards a low pressure area, which is on the other side of, in a sail's case, a sheet of canvas. I did a barrel roll. And this is great because all you need is a magnetron, which you have one in your house right now. It's called a microwave oven, and a metal box for it to get trapped in. So it has one flat side, and that's the way you're going to go. And then that flat side is the cap for a cone. I have no idea where I'm going right now, by the way. Oh, sweet. More enemies to shoot. But because you're putting radioactive energy into this, that's a terrible way to explain it. All radiation, light, energy particles, just anything on that spectrum could conceivably work. But what they're trying to use is microwaves, which makes sense. They're fairly high energy. And a lot of those other ones that I mentioned don't act. You can't trap them as easily. But I think it's a great idea. I don't know how well it works. There are a bunch of papers that have been published within the last decade. I am very excited for this because there's a possibility this could be, because it only requires power, the way that we get to everywhere we need to get to. You have a star that you can use to collect power. You do that. In fact, you have many, many stars that you could use to collect power. It's space. There's pretty much an open sight line to everything. And if there isn't, you're probably looking at a body that is either a star, which there's your problem solved, a nebula, which could also solve your problem, depending on how you, what are you shooting at? Depending on how you get your energy. Ooh, failed the mission. Got super distracted, and I'll try again. Yep. I'm tired. I'm tired, guys. Yeah, I've seen it. Seen that move it soon. Where was I? Solar power. Yeah, completely solar-powered spaceships. Or, you could use some of the other advances in energy production, such as maybe algae power. If you can get energy, you can get propulsion. So my idea for this is, okay, so you have this, ring of magnetrons, right? Feeding into this. Because as long as there isn't a way for it to hit the actually, even if there is a way for it to hit the magnetron, you're pretty much fine. But as long as you have power, you can go anywhere. So you put that on, some kind of mount that's going to allow you to move it in any direction. Put that inside of a ball. That's a completely self-contained, you know, engine in and of itself. You make a way for that. No. You make a way for that to be able to be attached to ships pretty easily. And you know, that's local engines. That's if one fails, which would be a big problem. You just pull up to your local supply ship, and your, you know, local sector of space. That's a very broad term there. Local. When you're talking about space. Oh, yeah, there we go. And you just swap out the ones that are faulty. They can probably repair them. It's just a metal sleeve around nothing. It's a metal sleeve. Doesn't even have to have air in it. And magnetrons that feed into it. And just, it's a ball. You strap it in the inside of the ship even, because it doesn't have any exhaust. It doesn't need, you need to keep it cool, really, that's it. And what is cooler than the emptiness of space? In every sense of the word. Space is awesome. Awe-inspiring. Just immense, stark beauty, and complete stupidity sometimes. Mostly when I'm flying a spacecraft. That's when the stupidity happens. Alright, let's, you know, where, no. Fuck you! Ow. But yeah, it's really promising. And you know, we need some stuff that's promising in our future. I feel really excited about something again for the first time in a long while. This is a serious thing though to consider. With this, you know, we can go to the rest of our solar system. We can, you know, explore and colonize. And that's, you know, really that's the end game, right? We want our species to spread beyond our star. We need to ensure our survival. That's what we've been building up to the entirety of humanity. All of our science has led to, let's get people onto other planets. Let's get populations onto other planets. Now, to be a stable population for humans, we need about 40,000. I can see that happening, you know, but we can have 40,000 people on Mars by the end of the century. We could have, you know, an electromagnetic cannon that fires stuff into orbit for us. Build an orbiting platform, use that to launch off all these ships. It's just electromagnetics all the way down. They're perfect. Because all of the energy that we need for them can be obtained from our sun. Or the rest of the universe. Well, not the universe. The galaxy. And if we find ourselves, you know, in a place where we can't get that solar power, we can always just scoop some methane off of a planet that is partially made of it. Like, well, not a planet, but there are some moons in our solar system. One of Jupiter's moons. Titan? Io? Can't remember which. But it's incredibly densely packed with methane, and we could use that as a fuel source for ships. Space mining is going to be a thing within this century. Absolutely. Maybe not with electromagnetic drives. I have no idea. It's always been so hard to predict the future. I mean, yeah, you're never really going to 100% accurately predict the future. And if you are, don't be a dick about it. Use your powers for good. But you know, this is our moment to shine. You know, a completely no waste method, no impact method of moving through our universe. If it pans out, that's great. If it doesn't, we have other options. We have so many minds, so many ideas working. We will always have something. Also, asteroid fields don't look like this in real life. There's pretty much nowhere where asteroids are this densely packed. There's shooting coming from behind. Ah, it's friendly. Friendly. Hey. But yeah, I'm envisioning just, you know, because ships in space, you don't need to worry about drag. You do need to worry about, you know, cosmic radiation. But that can be solved with a couple of meters of water. Or feet. I'm gonna say a couple meters just to be safe, because honestly, if I was going on some deep space voyage, I would probably want a couple meters of protection. And water is very good at dissipating radiation. Water, lead, you know, just something for it to bounce around off of. You don't want gamma radiation. It's incredibly unhealthy. You will get cancer much more quickly than you would otherwise. You will not turn into a Hulk. No superpowers. Ow. Ow. Right in the face. Also, you know, we combine this with the technology we have right now. We actually have the capability right now to start terraforming Mars. The question that faces us, though, is it ethical to? We have, you know, kind of a duty to preserve nature as best we can. Now, normally that, you know, goes into taking care of the Earth, taking care of, you know, life. But a planet, that's, you know, that's huge. Literally, again, on a cosmic scale not, but it's, you know, do we mess with Mars? We're not worried about poking it with a stick. We're worried about screwing it up. Which we have every right to be worried about screwing up. If there's anything that I've learned, is that I at least should think very carefully about most things I do. I tend to, you know, do pretty well at things once I actually start going, but that's because I've spent a lot of time preparing. And that's what we're doing right now. We're in the preparation stage. We're seeing, exploring our options. Making sure we know, okay, if we do this, this will happen. If we do this, this will happen. And in a chaos system, like our solar system, like the universe is, it's really incredibly difficult to say, yeah, this is absolutely going to happen if we do this thing. It's, you know, it's not great. See, chaos system. Assuming that those continue forever, they could hit anything. They could hit a space freighter, they could hit a space station, they could hit something that's not even in space, just some random farm on some planet. Some little moisture farm on Tatooine. Oops, I'm sorry, I wrecked your trilogy. Uncle Owen is dead. That's a downer ending.